So I posted on Threads, and if you don't know what Threads is just another, it's the Twitter version, I guess, of IG, but I wanted to know if we wanted to do green or purple. Y'all say green. I think every comment was green, so let's do this. I love these, and I will find any excuse to use these. This is the KVD Dazzle Gel, and just wait. Okay, just wait for it to dry down. It gets even sparklier. And if you want to know what these are the Peter Thomas Roth. I've been sitting down and putting these on. These are the 24 karat gold, and I don't know. I'm going to go to the link. Pure Luxury Lift and Firm. And my under eye says, yes, please. Thank you. Let me get you a link. I love them. I feel that my concealer goes on even smoother than usual. I'm really enjoying them. I also feel that, y'all know I always do my eyes first because I don't want to have fallout. And I know that I have on enough eye cream that if I just lightly wipe that fallout away, I'm not going to wipe away my eye cream. But if you were ever concerned about that, you could just use these and it's going to catch the fallout. And you won't even have to worry about wiping it away. So think about that with eye masks. It's a good tip. Okay, so now let's go in with our eye paint. I like to use these just to kind of lay down a base. Now, there were years that I would have never used a liquid shadow. But what has happened is we've had some makeup science and some advancements. So powder eyeshadow on top of these lay beautifully because they don't get super dry. They'll dry down completely. I'm using the side of the brush to even this out. So they are going to dry down completely, but they don't dry to the point of not accepting powder eyeshadow on top of them. So older formulas, sometimes they dried so hard that placing an eyeshadow on them was an instant patchy mess. But there's been advancements in formulas, and that's one of the reasons I love makeup, because we can always advance. It's science. So let's just throw on a little crease. I'm gonna grab this. I talked about this yesterday. It's probably still on my story. Okay, do you see this? See that? That's gonna be too much eye cream. So that's an important tip. And all I have to do is tap it away. But if you do have oily lids, I don't need to do this. All you would do is take a super fluffy brush, the tiniest amount. I'm talking where you can barely even see it on the brush, and just tap that. Start at your lash line and take it all the way up to the brow bone. That way you know what you've coated and you haven't missed a spot. Just going in like this, we might miss a spot. So start at your lash line and just tap. But that was gonna be way too much eye cream for any kind of eye base, for any kind of eyeshadow. And little things like that might be the reason why your eyeshadow creases, or it doesn't last, or it fades. And I wanted you to notice the tapping motions. Again, that helps with making sure that that pigment applies just as smooth as possible. Sweeping back and forth like that, especially while you're trying to kind of lay down your base. It's the same theory of how we do our foundation, how we do those pressing motions. So those same tapping and pressing motions just give you a really even canvas here. And you'll see that we have a transition just from tapping. Do you see how it's kind of gradually transitioning there? That's what you get with tapping. And I'll link the brush for you. I call this the in a brush brush. So you can even use this for concealer. Whenever I'm in a hurry or I use just powder foundation, I love using this brush. So yesterday I mentioned some neutral palettes and they were very, very spicy priced. One of them was on sale and it was a good deal, but they're still, even on sale, I understand that it's a very spicy price. And I want everybody to be able to find really amazing things and have fun with makeup. So that's why I'm always trying to find things in different price ranges that I recommend. This neutral palette here from e.l.f. And look at these nice cooler tones too, and the nice warm tones. I'm gonna use this right now, and I want you to know that it's fantastic for how much this is. I feel that drugstore eyeshadow formulas have come a long way. Back when I could only afford this was not good. But again, with the makeup advancements, the makeup science, over the years, now we can get this and it's so affordable and it's so good. So I highly recommend this particular palette from e.l.f. All right, let's do this. I'm just gonna take this same brush. Actually, I need Sheila. Let me wipe it off just a little bit. There we go, good enough. And I'm trying to decide, I wanna keep it, let's use this one first. Let's pick that up on one side of the brush, and it's not too high up, and we're just gonna deepen the socket just a little bit. And a lot of times I talk about we want a little bit more definition. If you have hooded eyes, a larger fluffy brush like this, it's going to be a little clunky, especially to get some kind of detail. But if we really focus, and it takes a little extra time, but if we really focus on where we're picking up that product on the brush, I'm not picking it up too far up this way. I'm only picking it up about right there. And that can be a little complicated. It can. But some of us get to a point to where we can remember where we are picking that up on the brush, and we can actually do a more detailed look. I was saying we can do a more detailed look with a fluffy brush just because we know exactly where that product is on the brush. So I'm just going to continue that all the way over, and then I'm going to transition just a little bit here. That's a little bit too harsh of a line for me. I'm trying to decide what color I want to grab. I think I'll just grab this one. And we'll just transition that a little bit more. There we go. Still using the side of the brush to do that as well. And then I think I'm going to grab this little bit darker shade, grab it on the tip of the brush. I'm going to tilt my head back, and I'm just going to push that into my socket. Still using that fluffier brush. But again, this shows that you can get a little bit of definition. Just depends on where you're picking that up. There we go. So I'm just going to do this eye because I want to film a video with this because I know it's going to be so fun and impactful, but I'm just going to do this eye and I'll finish this one up later. So that's what's crucial. Like, what is going on? It's gotta be filming. Okay, let's go. Ooh, that is so pretty. Ooh, that's so nice. So I'm just going to grab some here on my C30. I don't know if I need that much. We can always wipe it away. Let's do that much, okay? And then we're just going to apply it. So it's a gel. You don't even need a mixing medium. It has a built-in black base. I'm shutting it. It's always good to shut your gels immediately. Anything jelly, and that could dry out, shut it. Scoop out what you need and then shut it. So we're just going to kind of throw this on our lid. Oh God, and you can see it start to sparkle up. And that black base, which we all know, it enhances jewel tones, so it already has that built in, so that's why we didn't need one. So I want you to notice something. Do you see how my eye looks so dragged down right now? And the reason why is because we need to shade up there just a little bit more, which we'll just grab that palette. I don't want this to escape too much, so I'm not gonna take it all the way up. We'll just use a darker brown, and I am gonna grab a smaller brush. But look at that difference, okay? See that? It just looks heavy. We're gonna fix that. This is what I was talking about when I was talking about hooded eyes. Let's grab this tinier brush, and I'm gonna grab the darkest shade in here because we need something really dark because this has a black base. So I'm just gonna tilt my head back, and we don't want it to creep up too high, but we wanna transition it. So I'm just gonna start by tapping until it starts to come out of my socket. Okay, it's still not enough. And this can sometimes work as a really good guideline. You just have to make sure that you're looking straight into your mirror. Okay, and then I want you to completely relax. None of this, none of that, none of that, none of this. Completely relax and start to shade that fold. This is really all we're doing with hooded eyes. It's just about shading that fold and creating that depth. Still need to grab a little bit more, and I'm grabbing very tiny amounts. Too much and we'll have to over blend. Let's just keep shading a little bit more, and you can already see that difference. Now the eye looks more lifted, more blended. And when I shut, you're gonna see a little bit of patchiness, but that's easy to fix. That we just pick up the shadow when we tilt our head back and we fill in these gaps. And that's why a little brush like this just makes such a difference, especially this one, because it is angled. So it's even gonna fit in here so perfectly to continue that shading. Let's just finish that up a little bit. And then we're gonna grab our fluffy brush again, use the side, and then we'll just tap it to soften these edges into those first transitions. Look at how sparkly this is. And remember, this is front camera. Imagine this with back camera, which you'll see at the end like I always do. I love my iPhone videos. I just shoot them raw, and I'm shooting into a mirror. I don't edit those. I just do it, and it's so up close, and then you get to see the makeup. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna just very quickly throw on a very small wing, but I'm gonna do it off camera because what I'm gonna use isn't released yet. So let me just hop off and do that. And I also feel that it is time to do an updated liner tutorial. But if you want to search that, I know a lot of y'all don't have TikTok, but it's so much easier to search there. You could search Rose Sired, my name, eyeliner tutorials, and all of the ones I've ever done come up. TikTok is on top of that, but I'll be right back. I actually used brown liner, by the way, too. And I can go ahead and take this off. I shouldn't have any fallout, so we'll take these off. And then, my mom is jamming down there. She's crocheting and jamming. It's adorable. And then I'm gonna take micellar water on my C30, and we'll just start to clean this up. And then I'm just wiping it on Sheila. Actually, I should have used a different one. This is my C30 that had the black. But we're good. Just wipe it off. Now we're good to go. Wipe it on Sheila. Remember, this had that black in it from the green. And all I had to do was wipe it with some micellar water on Sheila. Nice. So while I'm putting glue on my lashes, Duo, line it, lash it, clear. I'll talk about the lashes in a second. But I was thinking something. Whenever I wear colorful eyeshadow, it can sometimes change the color of my foundation. So sometimes green makes my foundation look a little bit more yellow, and that all boils down to color theory, and I could break all of that down right now, but then sometimes if you're not used to it, your brain will be like, mine was at first. So I have lots of videos on color theory, but I don't want to get too complicated with what I'm saying, but I will just show you because I'm a very visual person. So if I just had on this and I just put shimmer, don't shut my door.
Why are you yelling?
Why are you yelling? First, let's get this lash on. This is Libre Lash. This style is, let me make sure I have it on right. Yep. Style is number 4. Just throw that on. There we go. I was saying, oh, now he's shutting his door. He's going into a meeting. We usually leave our doors open unless he's in a meeting. I would absolutely disturb the meeting with my tutorial. But I was saying, so sometimes this can change the color of your foundation. The foundation you love, the foundation that matched yesterday. So just keep that in mind. We could get really technical and we could use mixing pigments, or we could just use, let me just show you. Well, I'm a visual person too. And I think that's why we have this community here, is because instead of me trying just to explain, I just show you. This is wild, but it can be fixed. And what I'm talking about with going more peachy, red is, y'all see me mix the red blush into my foundations, but this is still going to be a good match. The only thing I'm really needing to correct is going to be around here. And also a red bronzer is going to help bring everything back. I just need some red, some peach. That's going to fix everything. Again, I'm just going to show you, but if you've ever put your eyeshadow on, grabbed your favorite foundation and hated your makeup, that's why. Because these colors, they just kind of do something. They shift, they change. It's color theory. Okay, so this is the foundation I wear every single day. Do you see how much more yellow it looks up against that green? I used to take pictures of my makeup. I still do. But on my phone, it would look so yellow. And I would say, this is my favorite foundation. I mean, look at it in the bottle. Look at it, even on this side over here. And I remember I would think, look at that difference. Look, that's the same foundation. I would think, what the heck is going on? But our eyeshadow can change everything about the color. So the way that I'm going to balance this is I'm going to do peachier tones. That's going to kind of bring it back. That peach lends itself to the red. I know that's so complicated. You know, I know sometimes I get crazy complicated, but I know that y'all can handle it. I know the visual's helping. And I'm going to show you again. All right, so let's just go ahead and apply it. And I'm going to show you how to fix it. I'm also filming a TikTok on it. I thought it would be really helpful. So let's just apply it. That's crazy, right? It's wild. It's out of control. Makeup is so much fun. I mean, sure, it wakes up and wants to betray you, but we can get it under control. So everything from here on out, what I will do, it needs to be a little bit more red. It doesn't need to be, this is gonna look crazy. It will, just for 1 second. And it's also why I'm doing it before anything else. We want this to really kind of be the star for now. It's not going to look like Christmas, but what it's gonna do, it's going to balance and put a little bit more red back into the foundation that we need. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need it over here in a second too. So remember, we'll have the green over here. Let's grab a C41. There's no powder on my face. That way this can blend out so much easier. Do not be afraid. Concealer is still needed. Concealer is gonna get everything back under control. I don't want you to panic at this stage, but this is going to help us. I know you're thinking, I do not want to look like a Christmas tree, but promise you won't. We need this right now. And we also need a little bit more of a red bronzer. I'm going to do my House Labs concealer today. And notice that I did the blush on the chin, through here. Please. But I mean, y'all are my story family. Y'all trust me by now. It's nothing I do will ever just be a gimmick. I would be heartbroken if I did something just for a view and then you went out and did it and then it was absolutely terrible. I don't do things like that. And I want to be helpful. So if you're thinking, oh, this is so gimmicky, it's not. It's color theory. And do you see that? Ooh, and then you get such a nice blend with your blush. Woo, so pretty. Okay, now let's blend this side. Look, that's still trying to pull that yellow. And that House Labs is so pink. Jean, please, no baths right now. Oh, there she goes now. And then I want to show you the difference in the bronzer. Okay, where did I put that one? Okay, so you see this one that I always use, the M36 from Mob. Let me compare it. Let me open this one. I got too excited. Okay, look at the difference in that. Look for something very red. And that is going to take us away from that banana in a pajama. We're about to use this one, but I got to get some powder on. I'm going to go ahead and set my face. So another thing we can do is pink powder is going to help tame the yellow. And even if you have warm tones, you can absolutely use this. It's just going to kind of change it up a little bit. I just feel that because of color theory, green works overtime to make everything look super, super, super warm. And especially if you wanted to do a green look for maybe some holiday pictures and you don't want to look yellow in those pictures, this is really good. It's really good tips. Okay, I'm just going to kind of use whatever's left here and just lightly set the rest of my face. Thank y'all for putting up with me with just my one eye done. Y'all are so sweet to me. I love y'all so much. Okay. Mob M36. This is that more red bronzer. And I recommend a red bronzer in your collection, even if you think, wow, I would never wear that. But you could even use this with your other bronzer for days like this when you're really trying to counteract. It's a lot. It's good to have. I know that we all don't need a huge makeup kit, and I'm the biggest advocate for that ever, but it's nice to sometimes have options to fix things, mishaps. Let's do this lip tonics. I want a glazed look. I know this looks hot. I'm about to go finish my eye. I just want to get my lips on first. And then I'm gonna do this NYX lip liner, and this shade is, I just got it. They sent it over. They sent a little thing, little PR situation. And then we'll try these. I'm gonna wipe this off, and then I want to film these. These actually interest me because I love that style of lip, but I didn't love the Tarte ones. But I love, this is all confusing, I'm sorry. But I love the About Face version of that, so I hope I like the NYX ones too. Okay, enough squeaking. I'm gonna take my lip liner now. I want it pretty peachy, and this is perfect. And then I'm gonna create my shape and definition. Oh, I love these Line It Loud lip liners too. All right, so I'm gonna hop off now, and I'm going to go film this eye, and I'll be back in just a second. It shouldn't take me that long. Little swipe. So I added some of this Dazzle stick, also KVD. This is my favorite Dazzle stick. It's called Hail Surge. That's hail as in weather. And I'm just going to lightly diffuse it over into the green a little bit more. I went really intense with my inner corner. Haven't done that in a while and I've missed it. And we are not yellow, not in the slightest. And now I can take video of this and I will not look like a banana in a pajama. Oh, that used to drive me insane and I could not figure it out. And anyways, most of us have a red blush and that'll counteract it. All right, I love y'all so much. I'm gonna post that video. It's gonna be such a fun video. And again, this is why I talk about the gimmicks. What I'm gonna post tonight, it's something makeup artists have used for 1,000 years, but it's going to look very fun. It's going to look very gimmicky, but it's not. And it'll work, especially on your dry patches in small areas. So I'm gonna go edit that. And in case nobody's told you today, I love you so much. I love you with all of my heart, and I will see you tonight in the comments. Okay, we're all done. I'm gonna save this to YouTube. The other one should be up today. Remember that pretty taupey shade I did? It should be up today. This is a stunning holiday look. I kind of don't want to put anything on my bottom lash line. Maybe some mascara. I'll put on a little mascara, but I like the naked bottom lash line. It's fun. And this is my e.l.f. Lash and Roll. I love this mascara. I'm doing this into my phone, y'all. I'm wild. And notice I don't even do the mascara face. This is how you can tell that I'm about to wipe this off and film another look. You get to that point to where you just do it so much, you don't even need a mirror anymore. Nice. Ooh, yeah.